Yeah, we can actually drop combat if all you're going to do is tie this guy up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd like to use
That's
my
the
second
plan.
wind.
Go ahead and use your second wind.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right. So that is the end of combat. You guys now have one brigand crossbowman unconscious and tied up. What would you like to do?
I'm going to attempt to track where this person left from.
So you're going to give me an investigation check in the tower.
Is it investigation or is it survival?
I think.
Regular tracking probably would be survival, probably. But if there's something special about the situation, maybe.
Go ahead and make it survival.
Arcoda, maybe I can assist you with that instead of just maybe 2 eyes. 4 eyes are better than 2.
I'm actually going to assist myself with guidance.
So, is guidance is ability checks, right, or is it skills?
I think it's skills, but I'll double check. Guidance is touch one spell. Add that number to an ability check of your choice.
Yeah, it's an ability check.
Okay.
You can take aid from others.
All right, I'll take the aid.
So either you can both roll, or one of you can roll at advantage.
I'm going to roll with advantage.
Okay. All right.
You're doing an you're investigating?
No,
Tracking.
he was doing a tracking check. You wind up going back there and looking around, and you can see there wasn't a tunnel, but there was some sort of sweep set up. You can kind of tell, that he had an escape route already planned out, where he grabbed like a tree branch to cover his tracks, and he kind of snuck through there, ducked down into like a little ravine, made his way along for a little bit, and then you realize when you looked at the tracks later and see the sweep, you're like, oh, no wonder I didn't think he went this way, because his tracks don't go that way. They kind of move around a bit in a circle. It was a bit confusing.
Arend and Dutheon, you guys.
So you can try to continue to track him if you want, but he does have a head start on you. Yes, no, maybe.
Well, we have our wagon.
Yeah, we got a mission. I don't want to leave the wagon, right?
Agreed.
Arcoda, maybe the prisoner can help us, give us some good guidance to where he is.
I'm going to just stand guard where this ravine is. Actually, you know what? While they're going to talk to I'm going to go to the other side, see if it's a similar setup.
Just intimidate him. Brother.
So you're going to investigate the south side?
Yes.
Is what you're saying? Okay. All right. So you've investigated north side. You're heading to the south side. How is the rest of the party handling the prisoner?
I'm calling over after I've tied him up, and then sort of slapping him to wake him up.
Okay.
But he's still gagged and tied.
Okay.
I'm calling over Dutheon and Arend. You guys do your best, good cop, bad cop on him. I'll stand back.
Prior to doing that, I want to go over to Thorfey and place my hand. Are you a he or a she, by the way?
She.
A she.
Female dwarf.
All right, I go over and place my hand on her shoulder. I'll be specific where I'm placing it.
Damn right you will.
And I will say, "Oh, Moradin, bless this unfortunate soul with your blessings and cast Cure Wounds."
Raise Moradin. Oh,
All right. So a little
out
bit
of the
healing
dwarves
has
comes
been-
through. Thank you.
A little bit of healing has been administered.
Excellent.
And then when that's done, I'll go.
Let's intimidate him.
Thank you, Dutheon.
I'll ask my
Bad
brother,
cop,
does
bad
he want to
cop.
be good cop or bad cop?
Bad cop, of course.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
Intimidation checks.
Well, is there any conversation? What are you asking him? What are you saying? What are you doing?
What do we want to know?
I don't know. You
So-
tell me.
I'm
So
not
is he
asking you.
awake?
He got slapped awake by Travak.
So I'll say, "Hey there, little fella. Why'd you attack us?"
Says it looked profitable.
All right.
Who hired you?
Who hired me? I don't understand the question.
How many of you are
Yeah.
there?
I don't know. I was asleep.
Well, I'm sure you know how many of your people there are.
I don't know how many you killed. I don't know how many got away.
You're the only one still left alive.
Well, then there's one.
Soon to be none. If you don't start talking.
I've answered every question.
Where'd you come from?
Ildebaris.
So why are you guys out here trying to pillage carts that come by?
Money.
And who do you sell things to for this money?
Whoever will buy them.
So do you have someone that you regularly go to?
I've got a few steady places. Yeah.
Are we is that where we're headed? Is the Bildabaris?
Ildebaris. Yep. That's where you're going.
Indeed. I say we take him along. You know, let's return him to Bildabaris, and we'll keep him as a prisoner should any of his friends decide to attack us. Perhaps they might think it unwise.
I say we feed him to the pig.
Let me get back to Arcota, who went to the south. Arcota, if you'd like to give me a survival check in the tower. And if Travak is aiding you, he'll have to be with you.
I was wondering, because I know what I was looking for on the other side, whether I was able to take
You're-
advantage of that.
Your DC will be lower.
Okay.
That's the advantage you're gonna get.
Travak, have you been with me or no?
If you want my assistance, I don't necessarily need to watch the dwarven brothers have the prisoners, so I can go and hang out with you.
Thank you, sir.
Let's feed him to the pig.
So you realize, Arcota, this is pretty much the same deal on this side. He, ducked down in a low spot, used a very similar tactic as the other guy to kind of cover up his tracks. And again, he's got a head start, but you could attempt to track him.
Arcota, if we really want to maybe try to find where they escaped to, I mean, I'm sure the prisoner probably knows, but I'm not sure if that's really the distraction of sort of where we want to go, because it probably will take us off our primary mission.
I agree.
So we could always get the intelligence, and then when we're done with the mission, we could always sort of continue to explore if you really want to sort of get back at them. I think they're just brigands trying to sort of pirate travelers, and to me, I would let the local enforcement take care of the riffraff.
I'm going to search the remaining bodies, looking for money clues.
Okay. So you go ahead and search through the remaining bodies, and what you find is Each body has 4 gold pieces, and of note, they all have a plain silver armband stamped with 2 crossed swords. That's worth about a gold piece each.
Collect it all, put it in a bag for party treasure.
Okay, 1 second.
What about looting our prisoner here too?
Yep. You will get his stuff also. So, party
Thirsty
beach,
for a few L's.
inventory.
You'll get your L when we get to the city.
Okay, it is all in the party sheet for you guys to divvy up. Anything else going on?
So if we tie up this person, can we actually throw them on top of the wagon? On top of the.
Yeah. I mean, you can throw them on top of the kegs of glacial meat if you want.
All right, so we'll bind him up good so he can't try to
Let's
make a
knock
run
him
for it.
out.
Lev,
Yeah.
He might have some value.
I failed to ask this, or in between the last encounter, the last adventure, this periapt of wound closure that has to be attuned.
Yes, it is attuned.
It is attuned.
Yes, you would have done that.
Okay.
Well, the question is, was
Well,
it his?
Was
right.
it
Well,
his?
I guess.
Well,
Yeah,
that's-
I guess.
That's up to you guys, not me.
Yeah. I
Well-
don't know if it's probably not the best use in my hands.
Well, I've been the bloodiest.
Well, so how it works is
Well,
you stabilize whenever you're dying at the start of your turn. So I would think obviously one of the heavier fighters that has gone bleed in combat would have that. Plus, whoever's rolling hit die gets double the hit points back. I'm guessing that's not on healing. It's just on
Nope, it's on hit die.
hit die. So I'm fine having this go to one of the more heavier.
I actually say it might be the best fit of the cleric. If the cleric never goes down, the healing never has to stop.
Well, it won't prevent him.
As long as the spell slots are open.
It won't prevent him from going down. It's prevent him from dying automatically. So, but
I say one of the brothers.
yeah, I would think so too.
Maybe whoever won the contest.
Oh, there you go.
No.
That's you, baby brother.
So I'm
Just a
gonna,
thought.
I'm gonna drag that and put it in the party treasure, and whoever wants it can grab it.
To be honest, it should go to Bren, because with your second wind, every time you do that, it should be it's double the hit points. If I understand what it's being
I
said.
don't think that.
Yes.
Is
No,
that,
not second wind, hit dice.
Yes, that's not
Hit dice is not second wind.
No,
Yes, it's not second wind, yes.
no. So really, it's only gonna help you from bleeding out, and then when you take a short rest and you do hit die. But
If
what
the-
it
if
will
the
do
party-
is it's double the hit points. So whoever has a D10 is gonna get more
Okay.
hit points.
I mean, I'll be glad to take it if no one else objects.
It's in the party sheet.
Go ahead, baby brother. You need
Just
it.
grab it and put it on your inventory. All right. So what's the plan from here?
We're gonna
So
truss up.
we'll take
Go ahead,
that
please.
guy and bind him up. When we get to the town, we'll turn him over to the local authorities.
Excellent. I agree. Let's go.
Okay.
Truss him up. Throw him up on top of the wagon. Let's get on with it and hopefully try to get our
I'd make him walk.
glacial meat. I'm afraid of him walking though, because he might try to run or cause trouble. That's what I was thinking. But if you guys want him,
If you tie him to the wagon,
and then race the pig, the boar.
I'm not suggesting that. I'm just
All right. So the plan is, as far as I know, is he is bound and gagged and thrown on top the barrels of glacial mead, and you guys are continuing to build a Baris with him riding along.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think he should be on our product.
All right, fine. We'll take him off
We
the
could
product.
put him on the boar.
No, I think we just we'll tie him to the back of the wagon,
We could
I
feed
like
him
that
to
idea.
the boar.
And let him walk behind.
behind the wagon. Yep. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. So you guys are
Easy enough.
you know.
What is he, human?
Hey, Lev,
Yes, he's human. Yes.
his legs are tied enough where there's enough rope where he can kind of keep pace,
Shuffle.
shuffle, but he
So
can't.
he's
run.
hobbled.
Right.
Okay, so he's gonna have a hard time on a full run, but he's
Yep.
got enough of a gait to keep up.
We could
Okay.
cut
Well,
his
if
leg
he
off.
doesn't keep up, we could just drag him with the cart.
And I guess while we're have him at our disposal,
Disposal.
at least I will, and maybe in conjunction with our Coda, try to find out information from him about where the rest of his group would have escaped to. Let him know that a few escaped.
So what skill are you using to try to extract that information?
I am using investigation.
Investigation is not a skill you can use in this. You can use intimidation, you can use persuasion, but investigation
Okay.
is not a conversation
Then
skill.
I will use.
What about insight?
Insight would tell you if he's lying.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Well,
Try and persuade.
Well, I'm actually going to use intimidation and
Alright.
let him know that if he doesn't give us the correct information, we will speed up the cart.
Okay. So give me an intimidation check in the tower
I'll aid him.
with advantage.
Can
Or
I
you
do
can
a
roll
perception as we're walking along with him and just see if there's anything like tattoos or anything that stands out on his person that might be of interest?
Well, since he's kind of at your disposal, right? You can do a full perception on him, right? You can pretty much search him and look him over. The only thing that you guys found interesting, as far as I'm concerned, is the armbands with the cross swords.
Right.
Travak, as far as your attempt to intimidate him, he doesn't seem to be willing to talk about those things that you want to talk about.
So he's got armbands, kind of like bracers?
He had
We took those.
one armband. He had one silver armband.
Oh,
With,
I thought that was like on a note or something.
No, it's
No.
It's
So
like
I wanna inquire about the cross swords on the armbands as we're walking.
Okay, so as I see it so far, you guys have bound him, gagged him, thrown him on top of the barrels, took him off the barrels, tied him to the back of the wagon, marched him down the road as you're interrogating him. And so far, he hasn't said anything. And now you want to approach him about the armbands?
Well, yeah, I would have done it earlier, but I didn't understand that they were armbands.
Okay.
But I don't. Did we gag him?
At one point, you had him gagged. I assume that you gagged him to talk to him.
Yeah, we can talk to him ungagged.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to say much about those either. Now, if you want to roll an intimidation or persuasion roll.
Psst, bad cop.
Yeah. How about any? Does any of us have any information? Maybe we have seen these before. Is that kind of a history or?
You haven't seen these before. That I can tell you.
Okay.
Yep.
If only if I had a knife.
Hey, baby bro, you wanna talk to this guy?
Yeah, sure. I'll put my axe in his throat. No problem.
Well, not in, up to.
Oh.
Okay. So, what is the plan?
We're gonna be moving, I think, while they're
What-
talking.
Yeah, you guys
What's
are.
the question? What's the question you want to know?
We want to know about those armbands and the cross swords.
Significance of this thing.
Yeah, what is the significance of this symbol? Tell me now.
Give me an intimidation check in the tower.
Can I aid?
With advantage if anybody's aiding you.
Yes, I'll aid. I'm a pretty
This
intimidating
is the
character.
last intimidation check I'm going to give priority to.
Good, because
We're not round robining intimidation checks here. This is just not going to work.
I suck at it. So
I'm good at it. Why don't you aid me?
okay.
I'm pretty good at intimidation, but I'm playing good cop.
Go ahead,
Why don't you go
I
ahead? You go ahead. Then aid
Alright.
him. Yeah, go ahead, because he's playing. You can still intimidate.
All right, let's just roll. Let's just roll.
Who's rolling?
Dutheon, you got this.
All right, and this with advantage, you said?
Yeah.
You're gonna kill him with kindness.
That's right. Come on, fella. We just want the best for you.
Passive aggressive.
He says it's the symbol of a group of brigands. He won't say any more. He won't give you their names. He just tells you if you see somebody wearing that, they're part of the group.
All right, put them on.
Impersonate him.
Yeah.
All right, so I say we just continue. We'll turn him over to the authorities. Maybe he's wanted. Maybe there's a reward.
Okay. So are you guys done with that now?
Yes, we're
All
not
right.
gonna kill him. I want to kill him.
So you guys travel a little while further, and you finally get to the outskirts of Bildabaris, right? So tales of Bildabaris Festival abound within Citadel Horfrost. In spite of all the stories, you are still surprised by its size when you finally reach your destination. People bustle about in droves, carting wares through muddy makeshift streets that run between a seemingly never-ending sea of tents. Some of the structures are made of canvas and some of furs, and a few even appear to be cobbled together with strips of wood. The air is thick with the smell of cooking meat, which makes your belly grumble and pulls your mind from the task at hand, finding Valen Night Sky. Given the level of commotion, you will likely need to get settled before looking for the old wizard. So the scene before you obviously is of tents in various states, right? Various materials. It stretches very far, so it's vast. The tents are in some areas very tightly packed together. In other areas, they're a little bit bigger and a little bit more spread apart. And it looks to you like a small city, and with the amenities of a small city.
So a tent city, or are there actual buildings?
It's all tents.
All right. I say we find the local authority and still try and turn him over to him.
Let's see. Let's look out for the constable. Yeah.
The constable tent.
Okay. After a little bit of walking around through the city, looking for what might be considered a constable, you kind of figure out that these are tribal people, and there really is not really a constable, right? It's like the group is the toughest guys in each tribe pretty much take care of business, but there are several tribes here, so there's no one person to really report to. Everybody who comes to this thing who's tribal kind of knows who to look out for, and if they got a problem, who to go to.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are a little bit confused and not quite sure. Is it the kind of thing that you want to inquire about, or are you going to continue to visually look around and see if you can figure it out?
Yeah, I think we should ask around. Ask some people, who's in charge.
Shouldn't we ask him where the wizard is too?
Yes.
I'll be looking around to see if there's anybody in like robes that would indicate, somebody of magical calling. Some might have, the robes of the calling of a wizard or sorcerer too. As we're passing, I'm not, I realize there's a lot of people here and they're all over the place. But if I see somebody that looks like they might know something about wizardry, that'd be something I'd ask about Valen Night Sky.
I'm hungry and I smell some good food, so I'm gonna go try to find some place to eat or to grab a drink.
Okay.
And maybe I can engage some conversation with some folks there, or I'm going to be a little listening in to try if I can hear anything that sounds interesting.
Okay. So it sounds. Are you guys staying together, or are you splitting up? Because I've gotten different things from different people, and I just want to make sure that I know what's going on.
We're staying in Tent City, but it kind of sounds like we're kind of separating a little bit.
Tent City is massive.
Oh,
right?
is it?
Small city, right? Is the description I kind of gave you,
Okay.
right? It is It is massive. It's not like you got 10 or 20 tents that you guys are going to be within a radius of. There's hundreds of tents.
Being that we're in a strange place, I say we stick together, and if Cowboy wants to lead the way looking for somewhere where there's food, we can all do that. We can keep our eyes open looking for or asking questions along the way.
What are we gonna do with this dumbass?
We're going to keep them tied up on the wagon, 'cause we're taking the wagon with us. We're not going to leave the wagon unattended unless we find
why
a
don't we all
place.
go grab something to eat, leave them in the wagon or whatever, and then maybe while we're wherever we grab some meat, we might be able to ask around a little bit from people in the in the food tent or whatever, the beer tent, and see what we can gather.
So, I'm sorry. What
Got
was
me
the plan?
sold. Let's go
What
get
was
some
the
beer.
plan for the wagon?
We're going to keep it with us. We're going to travel with it. We're looking for a good tent that looks like it's got good quality food. And if we see
Okay.
one, we'll stop at that tent.
So there's plenty of tents that have cooking going on and food inside of them. The problem is the wagon, with the pig, is kind of a burden in and around the tents.
I will stay with the wagon with the prisoner.
So, are you leaving the wagon kind of behind, or are you?
No.
So you're going to try to take the wagon up to the food tent, is what I'm saying, and I'm telling you that's like a cramped area. It's kind of tight.
As close as we can get to it.
Okay.
We'll make sure we bring out some some food.
Arcoda, thank you.
All right. So you guys get, within 25 yards of the thing and realize, like, with all the people in and out and around and things going through, that's about as close as you're going to get the pig with the wagon. Arcoda stays with the wagon.
I'm going
And
to
the
stay
rest-
with it as well.
So Arcoda and Duthion stay with the wagon. And Travak, Thorfey, Berend go into the food tent, so to speak, right?
Right.
All right.
Make sure you ask about the wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
What's the cost of Dwarven Summer Ale?
I found one for as much as 54 gold pieces, man.
54.
So Dwarven Summer Ale is about a 20 gold piece purchase.
Aw, you got the cheap stuff. I was like,
I call Brand over before he leaves and I give him 20 gold and say, okay, we're square now.
Okay.
no, I want you to buy it.
Then you
Like
wait
a
by the
tablet.
wagon.
Trying to shortchange me all the time, brother.
Yeah.
20 gold pieces.
Lev, in the tent we get into, is it very busy? A lot of action going on. A lot of
Yes.
beer servers.
What's the clientele?
It's the Nar tribesmen, right? The Nars are, a hardy folk that when the summertime comes, which it is now, they gather, they drink, they celebrate. They don't look like they fool around too much with any shenanigans, if you know what I mean. Once in a while, fights break out.
There may be another one.
I don't know. I don't know if we want to talk to Nar any of these.
Lev, so I'm going to sort of observe and see maybe
So it's been a minute.
nearby,
Just wanted to once again
drink
welcome
server,
any new
women, I'm assuming,
new viewers to the
Hey.
channel. If you have any questions,
so
feel
one
free
that
to
has
leave
like
them
a
down in
full
the
platter
comments.
of, like,
I'm
ale or
monitoring
beer on
that
her
as we
tray.
play.
Mm-hmm.
And as she sort of walks by, I'm going to try to, with a sleight of hand, try to grab one of those mugs and then walk the opposite way with it in my hand.
Give me a sleight of. Wait a minute. Let me. Just,
I am going to order
my
some
head
plates
here.
of food.
All right, hold up. I can only do a couple things at a time. You guys
Ugh.
feeding my
Ugh.
capability here.
Oh,
So go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check in the tower. You succeed. All right, and Berend, what were you doing?
I'm going to order some plates of food.
How many plates of food?
3.
Three plates of food. Okay.
Yes.
So you go ahead and order up 3 plates of food. Not a problem.
Bring them out
Um,
to the cart.
Okay. Well, they're gonna put them together. It's gonna take a minute or two.
Yep.
So, as far as I know, Duthian, Arcoda at the cart. Travak steals a beer basically and walks the other way. Berand,
The greatest thief that ever lived.
great. Berand is ordering meals and bringing them out to the cart. Thorfey, what is your plan?
Orphe is to kind of step up to one of the bar maids that are around, and just try to use a little friendly persuasion to ask if she knows, who I might talk to if I was looking for somebody here in the tent city. Is there anybody here who knows what's what here? Does she know anybody? If she works here, she might know who's.
She doesn't understand the question. I don't quite understand. You're looking for somebody. Who are you looking for? Maybe I know where they are.
I'm looking for Valen Night Sky.
1 second. She says, "No, I don't know him."
Do you know anybody here who would be a person to ask? Somebody who you think might know a lot of people about here?
This has been going on for a long time, and there are people who attend this thing every year. I would say, if you ask the tribesmen who come here every year, they probably have their own running tally of who they expect to see every year, type of thing.
Okay.
But sorry about that. So she says, if I was you, I would check with the Hearthcroft tribe. They are the largest ruling tribe at the moment. So I'm sure that they would have people that, might at least know your friend that you're looking for.
All right. Where can I find them?
The Hearth
How would
tribe. So their tribe has the biggest section. Their tents are all the way over into the northeast. They pretty much claim the northeast corner. They get a quarter of the size of Bildabaris, even though, there's more than 4 tribes. They take 25%.
That's fair enough. Thanks for the information. I'm gonna give her a tip.
Oh, really? How much tip are you giving her?
I'm checking my inventory.
So you're the kind of girl who goes shopping without knowing how much money's in her pocket.
I always got plenty.
Money too.
Yeah. What does a nail go for here? I'll ask for how much.
Five
for a nail.
silver.
5 silver. Then I'll give her 10 silver.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
That's coming out of the party treasure, by the way.
Okay. So after a while, a few minutes, Bren, you get your meals. You go out to the wagon. Travak, you've kleptoed your beer. You're drinking it quietly off in the corner by yourself. Was there any other plans for you? Travak?
Sorry. No, I'm going to use, as I'm sitting down eating, I'm going to be very sort of perceptive and attuned to listen in. If I can hear anything that sounds interesting, maybe just walk around and just sort of kind of walk the tent per se. And maybe use some investigation to see if I can look for any clues or anything that might give me something that I might want to kind of stop and listen and focus on further.
Okay.
Don't have a specific thing, but something that might catch my ear.
So, all of you are basically looking for Valen in one way, shape, or one form or another, right? I will let you guys all make a roll, your choice of persuasion or intimidation,
about investigation now?
No. Persuasion or
I bet you
intimidation.
gave us the options.
Right. I gave you 2. If you don't work on any of those 2, I'm sorry. And no, you're not going to aid each other. Everybody, give me
Persuasion?
one of those rolls, either persuasion or intimidation. Whatever
In
you
the
get. In the tower.
in the tower. Persuasion. Bam. Oh yeah. Kind of tugging my shirt down a little lower. My persuasion roll.
Okay. So you guys learn 3 different things with all of that.
We're terrible persuaders.
So the first thing that you hear are there are reports of brigands on the road, but there are always reports of brigands on the road.
That's news to us.
Sure.
Not really.
Word is Valen Night Sky was only in Bildabaris for a day. He arrived late and was gone by the next morning, which is odd given his love of the festivities. And the last one, in spite of its festive nature, the Bildabaris often attracts all manner of unsavory individuals. Folks have been known to simply go missing. Marl the Pigman may have information. He sometimes disposes of corpses for a fee.
When you say that, I'm sorry, Valen Night Sky left after only being there a day. How many days ago was this?
So this was a while ago. This is at least 4 or 5 days ago.
So he's been gone for a while. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if he actually left. He
He just vanished.
We have to go meet the
Pig man.
big
Case.
Yep. Morrow the pig man.
Do we
Cuckoo
know?
Choo.
Are we happen to find out why he's called the Pig Man? Does he sell pigs or does he look like a pig?
He runs a makeshift hog butchery near the edge of Bildabaris.
All right,
Yep.
we got our own hog. Looking to sell a hog.
No, we're not.
Hey, we have a way of disposing of it.
That'll be our lead in to find him.
All right.
We have
All
a
right.
way to sell this,
Biggie.
to get rid of this turd.
So, what is the plan?
We're gonna pass the word. We're gonna ask people to look where we can find Morrow the pig man. We might have some business for him.
Well, you definitely,
The guy in the cart's looking pretty scared.
Yeah.
As you go down, as you get like some general direction, oh, he's over that way, and you start heading that way. You ask somebody else as you get over. Yeah, he's a little further. Eventually, you make your way to Marl the Pigman's tent.
All right.
Okay.
We're able to get the wagon over there.
It's difficult. Moving the wagon around is very difficult in the tent city. And people are kind of giving you dirty looks about having to get out of your way with the wagon.
Yeah, well,
It's getting to be an issue. Just to let you know.
All right.
we can crack this ale up.
So you guys are outside Marl the Pigman's tent. He's actually drawn a picture on the side of the tent that looks like a pig's head in blood.
All right. So one of us want to talk to him, and maybe somebody else, maybe use some insight to see if we feel like he's being forthcoming when we ask him about Valen Night Sky.
Sure, go ahead.
All right. Well,
I'll observe while you ask the questions.
Okay. So can I use investigation? Just kidding.
I am going to stay out here by the prisoner.
So, I'm a fairly persuasive individual. Not the most persuasive, perhaps, but I'm willing to give it a try. So, I'll kind of straighten up my hair a little bit.
So who is going into the tent and who is staying outside?
I'm going in.
I am
Thorfe's
also
going in.
in.
Thorfe
I'm
and
on guard
Arcoda.
duty.
All right.
I'll go in as well.
All right. Get some.
Duthian, Orcoda, Thorfe going in. Travak, what are you doing?
I'm gonna hang outside for now.
Guard duty.
Berend, you're staying outside?
guard duty, yes.
Okay.
But actually, I'm going to walk around the other side of the tent and just sort of try to find some shadows for me to hide in case.
You're in a small city in the middle of the day, an active, bustling city.
Oh, okay, that could do the thing. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll maybe find a barrel or crate that I can scratch behind.
Sure, but your modifier for remaining hidden in a crowded city environment is going to be difficult.
Hiding in plain sight.
I just want to make it so that you're not surprised if you're not hidden when you think you are, right? Just want to let you know.
Just trying to get to the other side of the tent in case I need to come in through the back door.
Sure. All right. So what is the what order are you guys entering the tent in?
Oh, I think I'll go in first. Thorfey, if we'll go in first, if that's okay.
That's fine.
All right. So I got Thorfey, and then who's next?
It's probably not going to matter.
Somebody speak up. Who's next?
Can you go in 2 by 2 or just it's a
Nope.
one at a time?
One at a time.
Come on, Dutheon.
I'll go in
Let's
second.
All right. So Dutheon, then Arcota, right?
Right.
So you guys enter the tent, and you see what can only be Marl the Pigman, right? He's actually busy butchering up a hog on one side of the tent. He actually has a bench / table that he's got the hog up on, and his back is to the tent, but he's looking towards the opening where you guys are coming in. He doesn't stop what he's doing, but he definitely looks up and notices you. So he is a fat, bald man with beady eyes,
Ooh, my favorite.
constantly licking his lips, and seems to be sweating all the time.
Is he human?
He is indeed human.
Okay.
Ah,
And he says, "Yeah. What can I do for you?"